History has been written from the dominant and hegemonic context. I'm interested in the perspective of those people that have been marginalized from those historical accounts. My name is Carlos Motta. I'm an artist from Bogota, Colombia, and I've been living in New York since 1996. I started studying law in Colombia, but very quickly I realized that I wanted to pursue image making as a possibility for making work. I wasn't really thinking in terms of art, I was more thinking in terms of creating some kind of personal discourse. I've developed a large body of work called Democracy Cycle that intersect questions of democratic representation, issues of immigration or sexuality, gender, genocide. In 2012, I started a series of works called We Who Feel Differently to respond to what I thought was a kind of disturbing way of thinking about democracy and sexuality. The equality movement of the LGBT groups were thinking about tolerance as the goal, but not thinking about what the place of difference actually constitutes for people. The sexual and gender movements began as actually movements of resistance and transgression, and not of assimilation to normative standards. So what I wanted to do was connect with different protagonists of these early movements in Norway, in Colombia, in the United States, and in South Korea, as to give a kind of global view of the development of sexual politics in the last 40 years. The project departs from the question of difference rather than from the question of sameness or equality. Oftentimes when I have an idea, it comes attached to a desired form. Although my work takes different forms, from photography to sculpture to video, there is oftentimes something that all the works have in common, which is their use of space. I want the audience to engage with the form of a space as an entry point to the work. The colors of the walls and carpet and the furniture that is present, these things become very important as ways to develop a language of accessibility to think about these works. Art is kind of like a way of doing everything. You're not exactly an academic, but you're not exactly an activist. But hopefully if it's done in a serious and engaged way, you will take the best of all of those fields and produce something that is significant.